Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for June 14th, 2022. Also being timeless. Wherever you're catching it time, it might be relevant or not so much, but don't ever force these to fit your life. You can kick them to the curb. It's not an obligation that you force this to fit your life. It's general collective. If you have questions about booking a private reading or seeing any of my services and what might be right for you, go to the description, find the email address, send me an email. You can also find me on the social platforms, send me a DM. Definitely say hello, let me know where you are in the world, and let's kick this reading off. Let's do this, come on. What I'm seeing here is this is going to be a challenge for you, absolutely. It feels like there's something that is unobtainable right now. So what I'm seeing in here is we have the Hierophant in reverse next to the King of Swords. By the way, these are all intuitive pulls. I just keep shuffling until I feel like that's it. If I feel pulled to different decks, I'll go there. That's how this kind of works. So it looks like this is a deep and dark mindset to have. I kind of want to say depression too. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anybody. That's not what I'm saying here. This feeling that you have has you isolated, and it's really having to pave your own way. But I think that you have to kind of look at yourself in a better light. There are certain things in your life that you're going to have to stop and not put any more stock into. And honestly, I feel like when you do that, that's where things are actually going to start to improve on your end. You will be able to move on, healing will occur, but also you're going to have to get over this idea that some people are going to just simply not like you. Some people might even hate you. With nearly 8 billion people on this planet, I need you to care a little bit less about that. You cannot hold the weight of the world and how it accepts you on your shoulders. So, as I'm talking, I get a notification. So, that's going to be a hard lesson for you to move on and heal and be okay with certain people simply not liking you. It doesn't mean that you are a terrible, maniacal person. It means that these are not people who are going to be your people in your life. And it's not even as I'm saying that as ownership. I don't think that this is ownership at all. Like attracts like, even at its imbalances. So for instance, if you are doing the good work in your life, you're still experiencing some crap, this is an inner reflection of the polarity. Does that make sense? So, I do see that you're going to have to pave your own way, and that you will be moving on, and that you will be giving certain people in your life less attention, and it's necessary. What do you need to start giving less to of yourself in your life? Some of you might be giving less F's. That's what I'm saying. Or some of you, it's giving less of your time, less of your energy. Fill in the blank with it. But this is where we're kicking the reading off. So realizing that not everything is deserving of your energy and your focus. Who knew? All right. I kind of want to go towards these two decks right now. And you know what? I think I'm even going to plug you in and charge you while I'm recording, because I can. I can. And I just did. Look, here we are. Battery's going great. Okay, so embrace the sucketh. A new dawn. Aww. I love getting notifications that I try not to read as I'm recording, but I'm gonna get them anyways. Let me plug this in. Grab your food, grab a drink, send that text message to your loved one or to your friend. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, don't read too far into that. If there's somebody who you're not supposed to be talking to or somebody that you're not talking to, I'm not saying that. It was more like playful than anything else. So we're looking at a new dawn. Look at that. Once you embrace the stress of this situation and you realize that you're not going to move forward with certain people in your life, a new dawn is starting to approach. And then we have the dream big. What are you dreaming big about? Maybe that there's more more out there for you than what you had kind of been stuck on. So this is watching your thoughts. Oh God, that's going right into whatever you are giving your energy to is going to manifest in your life somehow. And that even means, when you're looking at that elephant in the room, or you're not looking at the elephant in the room. God, I'm having a hard time with this today. So what do you find yourself actively avoiding? What are you trying not to look at? What are you trying to not even utter the words of? Well, funny thing is, it's going to show up in some way, shape, or form, something of the like energy or the like agitation. So look at what you're laying your foundation on. Are you laying it on quicksand? Are you laying it on some sort of concrete? What are you laying your foundation on? Watch your thoughts and dream big. You need to see that you're meant for more than some sort of schlub in life. And I'm not even talking about a person, I'm talking about a situation. You're not meant for this being stuck energy. Now, I know that you feel stuck and it feels a level of loneliness or isolation. These are things that kind of tend to come about just before you begin a new chapter. You're experiencing things crumbling in your life. There might even be mental health crisis or some sort of health crisis or some sort of great sense of chaos. I'm just going to go with chaos. This is closing off of a particular chapter and opening up to even more. I kind of want to look at that right now. So watch your thoughts. Some of you, this is going to involve your family dynamic. Release and surrender. What's this staying stuck to my finger right now? Wedding and a new partner. All right, so let's see what this is. Energy work. So the wedding it's probably not even a wedding. The wedding is about commitment. It's a union of the soul. So if we're looking at relationships, it's a union of two souls. And great, grand, and wonderful. I'm not really talking about that right now. This is a union of your soul, yourself coming together, and the commitment it takes to move along with that. So the energy work is you got to do the energy work for yourself, on yourself, to yourself. This isn't for anyone else to pick up the slack on. You have to create an environment for the newness in your life. All right, so we have new partner, release and surrender, and family. Can I get more on this new partner? No, I don't think it's romantic. What is this? Creative project and a relationship. That's going to bring out this playful side. So that's all I'm getting to pull in this. And I still don't feel like it's romantic. And no, I'm not against romance. I love love. I love all the ways that it expresses itself in consciousness. This just happens to not be about that. But I don't want you to get the wrong idea of this. What I'm seeing in here is there is a relationship that is going to be developing in your life. This could be from an already occurring relationship, but I feel like this is more focus oriented for something that is, it's a collaboration, and again, not romantic. I do feel like there's some sort of self-help that's either going on, or self-well-being, some sort of self-acceptance could be part of it. But there's a project that you are going to be working on that's going to involve you thinking outside the box. The person who's coming in, I do feel like this might be somebody who you will end up considering to be a very kindred spirit, very family feeling of this. And this, it seems like you have to release the cares and the worries about however this dynamic is and how different this person is in your life. This person could be as different as night and day, but they're giving you an entirely different perspective on the situation at hand. And I do see that your heads coming together in this is going to be flippin' amazing. So this person might be somewhat of a mentor, pulling you out of your dark place and into this new chapter to show you what you are capable of in a very positive sense, not in a dangerous way, but what you're capable of in a very positive and creative sense. They are going to bring out the playfulness of you. So what I like most about the dynamic that's coming into play is this person gives you a sense of safety. But, I even want to go a different route in this and focus now on the relationship that you have with yourself and you being your own advocate and learning how to feel safe in yourself without somebody else who's coming in, because in a lot of cases there's not going to be another person who's coming in to show you how to rescue yourself. This is going to be something where, okay, so they don't rescue you, they show you the door that you have to walk through in order to heal yourself. Does that make sense? Okay, so you have to learn how to feel safe in yourself. And I don't feel like there's somebody in this sense who's gonna be like, all right, let's get this done. You have to think outside the box and how you need to take care of yourself. How am I hearing dogs bark in the background? Why is that standing out right now? Okay, you are learning how to get your playfulness back. I do want that for you. But with everything that has happened in your life, you are going to have to do regular check-ins with your mental health, your emotional health, and your spiritual health. Yeah, believe it or not, I said that. You actually might have to get some sort of energy work done. This could be from another person. This could also simply be you doing a self-check. So hang on a sec. We're going to continue in looking at this because I feel like it's incredibly relevant. Yesterday we looked at the law of attraction, and wouldn't you know it, today we're looking at the law of transmutation. We're going to transmute this crap. Yeah, I said it. I think it's page 51. Okay. All right, so this law means that simply energy is always in movement. Oh, you're going to friggin' love this, I already know. And that all energy eventually moves into a physical form. I was saying this in the beginning of the reading. Okay. Fate is never without a sense of irony now, is it? Okay. Energy is perpetually present. As we have covered before, this will include our thoughts and the pictures in our heads, for these are energy too. Because we can have thoughts constantly, according to this law, they will eventually manifest into physical form. No matter what your thoughts or pictures are, they will at some time manifest into the physical plane. If your thoughts are of fear, worry, or depression, then that will manifest. If your thoughts and pictures are of joy, happiness, and security, then that also must manifest. Have you ever heard someone say, I cannot stick up for myself at work? If I do, I will get fired. Then one day they've had enough of stress and they let it build up, and then they release it one day at work and then they get fired. Then you hear that person say, see, I knew that would happen. The reason that this happens is because the person thought it enough times and they gave it energy, and that had to be the outcome according to this law. The thought has occurred many times, and that becomes energy in motion, and it manifests into reality. If you had thoughts like this on a regular basis, it builds up a lot of energy behind it, and it becomes like an avalanche. If you thought about anything for long enough in your life, it becomes energy in motion that is difficult to stop or transmute. It'd be like holding your hands up in the air and trying to push an avalanche back up a mountain. a more everyday occurrence with people. Maybe you're going through times of only making ends meet financially. So your thoughts become of fear, worry, or lack. The more you have those thoughts, the more of being in lack will manifest and persist in your life because you believed it and created persistent thoughts about it. So this law makes itself present for everyone on the planet. Each person, their life will show them exactly where their thoughts and pictures have been. A successful person in life will bring success into their life, which means that their thoughts and pictures have been focused on being successful. A person who is always in failure will manifest failure in their life. A successful person would see a great home or car or look at it and say with confidence and assurance, I will have that. And they will feed and know inside that they will. Someone who is manifesting failure will look at the same thing and think, I would like to have that someday, but it will probably never happen. Being conscious of the law of perpetual transmutation can work in your favor by encouraging you to be more aware of where your thoughts and pictures are. If things are in the right place now and you're not happy within your life, you can change this by transmuting your thoughts and pictures, which will then transmute your energy. Ask yourself now, what are your daily thoughts? What do you worry about? What fears are you thinking about? What are you putting energy to in your life? Pay attention to your thoughts and how your mind and body feel when you have them. This is important as your body will let you know how you feel about your thoughts, whether they are negative or positive. Your body will tell you by tense shoulders, necks, and tightness in your throat, or you may feel racing or tenses in a chakra area. All right. Sorry, I got a notification. We'll show you your thoughts have shifted into a new end. Okay, so if you do not like your thoughts or choose consciously to change them, even if your body still reacts in the same way it did before, noticing this feeling and how it does change, the more you begin to replace your negative thoughts, it'll show you your negative thoughts have shifted into a new energy. So if you find your thoughts manifesting what you do not want in life, immediately add a higher thought at that time of that recognition. Since energy is always moving, always flowing, you can immediately change that energy of thought. You can transmute the energy. So pay attention after transmuting your thoughts and watch for the new manifestation they take in your life. Remember, energy is just energy until we label it. And once we have given it a direction to manifest, well, remember, energy is just energy until we label it. And once we do, we have given direction to manifest. There you go. I got so thrown off by this notification that I got. It caused major anxiety for me at the moment. Sorry. So this is why we also want to release old energy, meaning old pictures and old thoughts. As we release energy patterns, this makes room to bring in new forms of energy. This new energy comes in, we shape and form what that energy will look like in the physical existence based on the thoughts and pictures. We can shape that energy by labeling it and feeling it to be true. And only then can we manifest what we truly desire. So looking at the cards and what you're going through, this has not been working in your life. Well, the law of transmutation, but the old thoughts, the old paradigms, the old processes, they have not been working in your life. And you've probably been having a lot either crumbling, failing, closing off in your life. And I gotta tell you, it's not a test to keep trying for it. It's a matter of saying when something is not for you and allowing yourself to move on. And you may not even know what that is, but you won't know what is until you learn to let go of what no longer, well, is in your life. So let go of what isn't meant to be in your life right now, and that will very surely and soonly happen. It's something I kind of want you to see as more of an adventure in your life rather than some sort of a punishment. Life is not out to punish you. It's meant to show you what you need to allow for adjustments for in your life. So what do you need to let go of? What do you need to stop? What do you need to change your mind on in order to experience something new? And what is that new that you want to experience? So this is going to bring out the more playful aspect of you. But let's see what else is going on. The Lovers is in reverse. You will be letting people go, and you will be bringing the focus in on yourself. You're going to be juggling a lot, and that's okay. You're learning to find balance in your life, and you have to find out what balance looks like. But you also have to be open to learning. You have to be teachable in this. Stop looking for an easy way out and around this. You are closing off an incredibly painful chapter, and you're not ready to be open to anything at this point in time. So in this, it's important to lay low, but also I'm a big mental health advocate. I want you to reach out to anyone or anything that is healthcare when it comes to you, mental or emotional or even physical. Use your resources on that. If you're in a really dark place, then there's all sorts of accesses for you, either online or through your daily life, that'll be there to help you through this. And it's not like they're forcing you to walk through a door. It's this point of being taken care of in that moment. And the thing is, you do deserve to be taken care of. You do deserve to have these, you do deserve to have access to help. So that's also going to be changing for you. How do you notice the health kind of changing in your life? So it looks like you've been dealing with some major inner turmoil, and you're over all of it. You just want to move on. And I see that this is where it's time to really show the lessons that you have learned and what you're made of in this. So what does this mean for you and your mental health? Okay, so this is not taking action in the previous direction that you were gravitating towards, and letting that old world of yours close off, and realize that it's not a decision time for you now. It's time to be silent, be still, and be quiet, and do some introspection and take this one step at a time for you so that you can avoid any disasters. This, you're not ready for the next chapter yet. You're at the closing point of the old chapter. So I hope that this reading made sense. Again, if you have questions about booking a private reading, go to the description, find the email address, reach out, or you can find me on the social platforms. Send me a DM. It's at Raising Savak, so @RAISINGSAVAK. No numbers, no punctuation, no underscores or spaces. I'll talk to you soon, and until next time, stay safe, have fun, know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Let me also add in, on TikTok, it's, Raising Savak, that one word thing that I was talking about, but also LLC at the end, so I'll talk to you soon. Alrighty, so we're gonna continue with this because I flippin' love it. And well, after this is done, I think I'm gonna see the new, the new clips series. I don't know. I'm definitely going to do something else after this though. But right now, we are going to look at the law of transmutation. How is this working in your life? Where are you giving your focus? All right, enough of that. Let's do this. So it's the 12 Universal Laws, and it's by Anne E. Angelhart. So this is actually interesting. It showed up in the Daily Tarot Oracle for June 14th, 2022. Go check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Okay, so this law simply means that energy is always in movement, and that all energy eventually moves into physical form. Energy is perpetually present, as we have covered before. This will include our thoughts and our pictures in our head, for these are energy too. Because we have thoughts constantly, according to the law, they will eventually manifest into physical form. Now that might scare some people. You can change your thought process. Like if you're having a negative thought, even this will tell you in a minute, have a positive thought overriding it to cancel. Anyway, we'll read this. Okay. No matter what your thoughts and pictures are, they will at sometimes manifest into the physical plane. So if your thoughts are of fear, worry, or depression, that will manifest. If your thoughts and pictures are of joy, happiness, and security, then that also must manifest. Have you ever heard someone say, I cannot stick up for myself at work? If I do, I will get fired. Then one day they've had enough of the stress and they let it build up and they release it one day at work and then they get fired. Then you hear that person say, "See, I knew that would happen." This is the reason this really happened is because the person thought it enough times that they gave it energy, and that had to be the outcome. According to this law, the thought had occurred so many times that it became energy in motion and it manifested into reality. If you have thoughts like this on a regular basis, it builds up a lot of energy behind it and it becomes like an avalanche. So if you thought about anything for long enough in your life, it becomes energy in motion that is difficult to stop or transmute. So it's like holding up your hands in the air and trying to push an avalanche back up a mountain. A more everyday occurrence with people, you may be going through a time of only making ends meet financially. So your thoughts become of fear, worry, and lack. And the more that you have those thoughts, the more that being in lack will manifest in your life. Because you believed it and created persistent thoughts about it. So then the law of transmutation of energy, this law itself is present for everyone on the planet. Each person's life will show them exactly where their thoughts and pictures have been. A successful person will bring success into their life, which means that their thoughts and pictures have been focused on success. A person who always thinks in failure will manifest failure in their life. A successful person will see a great home or a car and look at it and say with confidence, "I will have that." They will feel and know inside that they will. And someone who's manifesting failure will look at the same thing and think, "I would like to have that someday, but it'll probably never happen." So being conscious of the law of perpetual transmutation can work in your favor by encouraging you to be more aware of what your thoughts and pictures are. If things are in a place right now where you're not happy with your life, you can change this by transmuting your thoughts and pictures, which will transmute your energy. Ask yourself now, what are your daily thoughts? What do you worry about? What fears are you thinking about? What are you putting energy into in your life? Pay attention to your thoughts and how your mind and body feels when you have them. This is important as your body will let you know how you feel about your thoughts, whether they are negative or positive. So your body will tell you by tense shoulders, neck, tightness in your throat, or you may feel a racing or tenses in a chakra area. If you do not like your thoughts or choose consciously to change them, even your body will still react the same way it did before. Noticing this feeling and how it changes, the more you begin to replace your negative thoughts, it'll show you your thoughts have shifted into new energy. So if you find your thoughts manifesting that you do not want in your life, immediately add a higher thought at that time of recognition. Since energy is always moving, always flowing, you can immediately change the energy of that thought. You can transmute the energy. So pay attention after transmuting your thoughts, energy, and watch for the new manifestations they take in your life. Remember, energy is just energy until we label it. And once we do, we have given a direction to manifest. This is why we also want to release old energy, meaning old pictures and old thoughts. As we release old energy patterns, this makes room to begin new forms of energy. As new energy comes in, we shape and form what that energy will look like in the physical existence based on our thoughts and pictures. We can shape that energy by labeling and by feeling it to be true. And only then can it manifest what we truly desire. So, all right, so start right where you are right now. What is it that you do want to manifest? It's kind of the thing. So it sometimes seems easier said than done. I mean, we get caught in these fears, these anxieties. It seems like things are outside of our circumstances, but part of this law is to recognize that everything about you, you have the direct ownership of. People have their own actions and reactions, and yes, they can affect us, but in that moment, instead of having some sense of toxic positivity, like everything is great, grand, and wonderful, acknowledge that initial feeling and then work to override it. All right, this sucks, I'm not doing this, we're gonna do something else. But I can't deny the places that this can put you in your life initially, like you don't want to look at something, you don't want to focus on something, yet there it is. All right, so how can you work around that? It's not necessarily seeing everything as a silver lining, but seeing it as an opportunity to really trump the stressor, I think. Does that make sense? So I kind of want to ask, how do you go about doing that for yourself? Or what are some thoughts that you may have that you could overcome those negative thoughts in that moment to change your reality? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know, either DM me or put it in the comments. I would love to hear it. Let's see what your spirit team has to tell you. This could be either from a loved one who's crossed over or just from your main guide. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. This is what came out first, second, and third. So there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes loss is a welcome. Like when you leave a situation that is not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes the loss is sudden and painful when a loved one crosses over into our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unrepressed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. So instead, let your heart break wide open. Feel the loss and integrate it and see the beauty that was the lesson learned. And know that as you let go of what has passed, even more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before, because love does heal all. So you're in good shape right now, and we're all doing the happy dance. And in this moment, you have the power to make a choice to get with spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where all this is going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment, so ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contract with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentment be gone. Forgiveness and love enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and create the most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled that you have such a big cheering section? So, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspirations might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? That may have been a sign for you. We are here to tell you that we're always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for spirit, letting you know that you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you let when your feelings are inspired, it means that you've heard us. Inspiration means that spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion in order to keep it going so that you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are here on earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirit nature and to bring forth through your own efforts what is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration lead you forward. You're so loved, and they're giving you hugs and love and energy and all that jazz. So what is it that you kind of really need to let go of in your life, and that you really need to let yourself grieve the loss of? So this doesn't necessarily mean an actual death, although some people are experiencing a death right now, and I'm really sorry about that. I mean, you have my condolences. I mean, it sucks. But there's a lot of situations that are coming to a close in your life, in everybody's life. Some are ending relationships. Some people are normally just moving from one place to another in life. Some people, again, unfortunately, are experiencing some sort of either an ego death, an actual death, or some sort of huge change. Spirit is telling you to be very gentle with yourself. You've been led by some sort of divine inspiration. Now, let me clear that up. Divine inspiration is not something where it's going to be retaliation. It's not going to be volatile, violent, or angry. Spirit is all about love and affection and bringing you towards some sort of light. It is something that is uplifting. It's something that creates a sense of peace. It's not something that drags you down, gets you low, and makes you completely crazed. It's none of those things. So Spirit is telling you, what do you need to let go of in your life in order to find a new sense of peace? What have you been directed by? What was the divine inspiration that led you to, I guess, where the answer is for you right now? So you are, as much as it seems like a challenge, you are in good shape right now. You are getting into a good place. It's just, you're going to have to look at the polarity of what is good and what is your challenge. The challenge is something that you do need to let go of. The positive aspect of it is something new is going to take place of it. Now, if this is some form of relationship, don't think that people are replacing people. You're replacing people with peace, with healing. And then whatever is in alignment with that with you will be coming in. So I just want to clear that up. And why am I going towards a relationship? Well, because I know a lot of readers and a lot of intuitives on here often will talk about somebody always coming towards you. And sometimes that person who's coming towards you is you, and coming towards yourselves, the closest version of yourself. I just wanted to put that out there because you're really worth this transmutation that's going on. So what I'm seeing right here is life seems to have gotten kind of messy, and in that mess you feel a little stuck. What the hecking heck is the advice of all this? Well, my dear, it's time for you to let all of it go. I'm not talking about you running away from your responsibilities or doing anything dangerous or illegal. What I'm saying in here is it's time for you to let go of the external forces or the projections or the people who are who were created by this circumstance. So you might have to let go of certain people, certain situations, and really just zone in and focus on yourself. There seems to be a lot that you want to work on with yourself, and other people seem to be just kind of clouding the work on this. It seems like you're at odds with a lot of people and that there's no real solution that seems to be coming in. So this is telling you to stop fighting for a solution with people who are completely out of balance and out of sync with you. You have to work on your healing and focus on your healing. And you're juggling a lot. You're really fighting to keep your head above water. And I see the struggle right there. Putting the focus outwardly instead of inwardly is going to be the worst thing that you could do for yourself in this. It's not letting you grow when you put all the focus on somebody else rather than yourself. And all it does is have your stressors build up, and it's keeping you in a fog, which is only agitating you even more. So what I see here is you're not going to make headway with certain people in your life. Stop right now, step away, take a breather, and work on your own healing and what it's going to take to keep your head above water. Again, putting the focus on others is making you sloppy, messy. It's wrecking you, and you need to refocus. You need to see yourself in a different angle. You need to see yourself in a different light rather than being stuck. So it looks like as this is coming to a close in your life, you actually might be having some really intense dreams or even astral projection going on for some reason. This is the astral projection card, by the way. So there's a lot of enlightenment that's coming towards you, or that's already been gifted to you. This is for yourself and nobody else. Nobody is going to be teaching you this lesson anymore. You have to find it within yourself. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be lonely. It just means that this is a solo journey for you. So let me know how this works out. It's going to be healing, but it's going to be something where you have to start speaking to yourself and for yourself and speaking up for yourself in this. I hope it made sense. Take two. I saw new partner in here and it wasn't new partner, it was heart chakra. That was weird. Anyway, you have to do the work to heal your heart right now. Spirit is talking to you, trying to get you to quiet and to listen. I see the effort in trying to distract yourself. You have to look into your heart and know that you really have to look at the truth of the situation, admit the truth to yourself, which can be hard, but I feel like you need to say these words out loud. Whether you are hurt, whether something isn't working, whether something you just know needs to change, or maybe it's getting some form of help for you. You have to be honest with yourself that you need help. And help can come in many forms. This can be from mental, emotional, or physical health or caregiving. But Spirit is telling you there needs to be special attention and that you need to pull in this effort for yourself. You need to work on healing yourself. So, God, I feel so harsh in saying this, and it's not meant to be harsh. I understand the desire for wanting somebody to rescue you, like you're always there for everybody. You give somebody the shirt off your back. Why isn't anyone rescuing you? So I think it was David Goggins who said it, and he's like, instead of cursing God, he actually said God, but whatever you believe, instead of cursing God when nobody comes to help you, ask yourself, why did God send nobody? It's not because you're forsaken. It's not because you're undeserving of anything. That's not it at all. You have to see how strong you were meant to be in this life. And I know that you're probably tired of hearing about it. You were meant to be this unstoppable force and this healed force. Now, you probably have unstoppable, but you are not healed right now. So this whole closing off that's happening in your life right now is because you need to do the healing work. And you need to heal yourself for yourself, but you obviously use your resources. What I'm seeing here is nobody's going to be able to answer why your heart hasn't healed with all that you have done, because it's been all surface. And I think that you have all the tools for the internal work, but there's a certain either switch or there's a thought process or something that needs to click into place in order for you to see the in-depth work that you are doing for yourself. Spirit is trying to tell you how to do that, but it's been so chaotic in your life, it's been so over the place that you haven't been able to hear it. So this is a point of, what am I missing? This is what you're going to be looking at, because I think that this might be coming to you in the dream state. This came about, and I think in another mini read, so go check that out. But you need to be honest with yourself and get the help that you need. You have to do this for yourself. You have to want the changes in your life bad enough and to make this happen. You're worthy of these changes. I hope that this made sense. You're worthy of the good things that are coming underway to you, but you have to see yourself as worthy of receiving them and get the help to clearing out the blocks to get it. Does this make sense? Stay where you are, but don't misunderstand me when I say that. It's not about you being stuck in a violent, illegal, or dangerous situation, so let me clear the table on that right now. What I'm saying is, I see here an extreme sense of loss and being closed off that has occurred in your life, but this is not where you run. You do not run. You do not run from yourself. You do not run from the challenge at hand. It's you and seeing another way of overcoming this. You don't feel like you're ready, but this is you and closing off karma in your life. And I see that you also have to get yourself from being backed into a flipping corner. You've either done this to yourself, backing yourself into a corner, or it's been a cluster F throughout the years building you up into that. And now you can't go anywhere. You can't outrun yourself. You can't outrun the challenge. You can't outrun anything. But the thing is, you're here to stand up for yourself. You're here to not be manipulated by other people, but to see yourself as worthy and desirable and start being that person who speaks up for themselves. I really hope that this made sense, because this is a long time coming and you've tried other methods and it's not working. You've tried running, your problem's caught right up to you. And regardless of the space and time in between, I know that there's been this victory over a loss, but it didn't really have the fulfillment that you thought it would have, did you? Did it? Sorry. So, how can you see a victory in a new way? Without running from yourself, without denying yourself something, without, putting it on another situation or saying this is just how everything is. How can you have victory where you stand? How can you triumph where you stand? How can you overcome your challenges and then allow yourself to move on with a clean slate? You're not unobtainable. You're amazing. But the thing is, you have to learn how to say no where you stand and not no by not being even present. I want to know what comes after this, though. Let's do it. Ooh. I love having monkey toes because I can pick up my tarot cards. So after that, we have the Lovers. No, it's not about love and relationship. These are the major life choices that are going to be in divine timing. So the Lovers after this. What is the biggest travesty in your life is a mercy and blessing in disguise. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about, like somebody being killed or murdered or death or anything like that. Please don't go there with that. That's not this. This is whatever the challenge has been and whatever the pain has been. This is actually a blessing in disguise leading you to some sort of divine synchronization. So you can actually feel confident in letting yourself move on, letting your past go. This, I think that you are doing the work in order to do it, but you also need to give yourself kind of like grace breaks. So let yourself go out and let yourself get grounded. For some of you, this might be a salt bath. For some of you, this might be a hike. For some of you, this might be an awesome bike ride. And we're talking motorcycles, we're talking, stationary bikes too, or pedal bikes, whatever the case may be, but having fun, getting outside and enjoying nature of sorts. So the seeing only love after perfect timing, focusing on yourself, focusing on your breathing, focusing on your mental health and well-being, and also that everything is in divine timing. Everything is in timing to the energy that you are putting out, and the healing energy is going to bring about more healing for you, which is going to have you looking at the trials and tribulations of your life in a new light. You are going to be singing a new tune. You are going to be playful. You are getting this kid-like energy back. I do feel like your heart is being open, but I also feel like there is a spiritual purity to all of this. I feel like everything that this is talking about, it has an element of purity to it. Purity and protection and just a divine open heart singing your soul song. I do feel like it may have been covered by a cover band in the past, as I am talking very figuratively. Somebody else was singing your tune, or you were singing somebody else's tune and disguising it as yourself, and that was never working. So many ideals that were hanging on to you, completely berating you, and also taking away what seems to be the sense of confidence. Looking at all that, looking at everything that you had to shake yourself free of, you're going to be looking at it through different eyes. It's the eyes of love, the eyes of experience, and being a lot more compassionate and gentle with yourself, all the while still doing the work to heal and focus and redirect yourself. And I think getting your body into a more pure state of, I want to say pure bliss. It's definitely going to be a different tune than what you have closed off in your life. Congrats. Very cool.